old hymns and stuff like that, yeah, you know. But when you hear them, when you hear those songs, you know that although they're old-timey songs, you know that the guys who are playing them, the band and Dylan, you know those guys have heard Little Richard. You know? Much as I love the Carter family, there's not a great deal of a wop-bop-a-loop-bop or wop-bumble in. And it's not A.P. Carter's fault. He didn't have any of that. He was out before it was invented. So when we were recording the Mermaid Avenue sessions, we wanted the people who heard the songs to know that we too had heard, for instance, The Clash, who were hugely influenced by Woodland. So yeah, so we were going to soup him up, and any worries that we had were ultimately banished when we found the lyric to this song, which we have now. And it comes from one notebook, just one book, where Woody wrote tempos for the songs. For his own reminder, and in his own handwriting, on the top of the page on this lyric, he wrote the words "Supersonic Boogie." Now, what kind of Woody Guthrie writes a supersonic boogie song? Well, Woody Guthrie lived in New York in the late 40s and early 50s, when it was one of the most exciting cities in the world, where so much of modern music was being heard there, being forged there in some cases as well. And so he loved new music, he loved new gadgets. His middle son, Jody, once told me that when he was in the hospital, dying, incapacitated by Huntington's disease, he asked the family if they would buy him a Les Paul guitar and an amplifier to play, because he was so enamoured of John Lee Hooker and the electric blues. And obviously the family couldn't afford a Les Paul, and Woody couldn't play it because the Huntington's disease sadly had robbed him of that possibility. But I have a kind of alternative universe that I kind of imagine sometimes, in which Annette Funicello had become the Prime Minister of Great Britain, and Margaret Thatcher became a Mouseketeer and made movies with Frankie Avalon. And in that universe, Woody Guthrie turns up at the Newport Folk Festival in 1959 with a Les Paul guitar and breaks Pete Seeger's heart before Bob Dylan even gets out of short trousers. So I want you to imagine we're at that folk festival in the late 50s. Buddy Holly doesn't die either. He goes folk rock in the late 50s. He's at Newport with his electric band. They've just played a song, and he calls up his fellow Texan resident to come up. Woody Guthrie comes up with his electric guitar, he plugs it in, Seeger goes looking for an axe, and together they perform a song they've just written. Buddy Holly supplied the music, Woody Guthrie supplied the lyrics, and they've written about the biggest craze to hit the United States of America in 1959. Anyone guess what it was? Flying saucers, yeah! For the day